Hi guys, it's Tiana and we are back to make a video about how to find cheap flights because we all know who doesn't want to find a cheap flight. I'll be giving you 8 tips on how to find the best flights. Tip number 1, realize that it is going to take a little bit of time. Whether it's a few days, a few hours, but just don't expect to go on, find your first flight and book it and that's your cheapest one. It's never that easy. Tip number 2, definitely don't use Trivago or Expedia or whatever. I don't know what they're called. I know that they're a good starting point. You guys can start there and most people say that they're the best websites for finding your best flight, but I bet you 10 times out of 12. 10 times out of 12? Yeah, sure. 10 times out of 12, you will find a better deal on the actual website. Like if you go to united.com or you go to frontier.com or you go to southwest.com, you're going to find a better flight than if you were to use those kind of a website. Now, I'm not saying don't ever use them. They're terrible. You can always start there and see it says that the cheapest flights are with United. So then I would use that information to go on the United site and see what the price is on the actual United site, because a lot of the times it's cheaper. I mean, a lot of the times it's pretty much the same, but I've never really seen it higher. I've definitely seen it lower. Tip number 3, if you don't have all day to look through every single website on their homepage, you can use Google Flights. Google Flights is my favorite to search multiple different flights. You can go on there and you can track flights. So say you have a flight that is a kind of pricey, but you want to get a notification anytime the price goes down or up. It'll give you a notification either way. You can do that on there. You can also have a broad search. So you can say, I want to go to Europe, and it'll from Denver to Europe, and it'll give you all of the different options and the cheapest ones, and just all the different little countries. You can also do a flexible schedule and say within the next 6 months, it'll tell you the cheapest week for you to go to, I don't know, Prague. But, so if you use Google Flights, that's definitely one way to do it. I've never booked through Google Flights, but I've used Google Flights as my reference. I always book through the actual website. Now for me, as someone who travels so often, I try to stay using the same airline every time, because even if the price is a few dollars more expensive than another flight, if you keep using the same airline, then you will get points and actually use those points and you get free flights eventually. So those few extra dollars always get made up in the end when you get a free round trip flight. Number 5, fly on crappy airlines. I know that everyone says, don't fly on Frontier, they're shitty. Don't fly on Spirit, they're shitty. Yes, they're shitty. The seats are plastic. You don't get a free drink. You don't get all that extra little things. But 2 hours of discomfort is, I think, worth it for $50 that you're saving. Now, if you're going internationally, maybe spend the extra few dollars because you're going to be on the plane for a long time. But most international flights, the planes are a lot nicer than if they would be cheap. Tip number 6, if you're going with someone, share a bag. Now, I know I said to fly on crappy airlines. Most of the time, crappy airlines do not include a bag. So from my experience, I have a suitcase that folds open, and there's two, both sides are folded out completely differently. So they both zip up into different compartments. So I always share with one of my friends or whoever I'm flying with. So they'll get one side and I'll get the other side. It's a huge suitcase. So I always pay for one checked bag between the both of us. And it's normally cheaper than still getting the nicer airline. Unless you're going for 3 weeks, you don't need that much stuff. I mean, it's a big suitcase, so you will have plenty of stuff in there. I've fit a lot of stuff. Tell me, I am not a small packer. Tip number 7. Yeah. I would say get a membership to any airline that you can. I am actually a member to Frontier Airline. It costs $50 a month, or not a month, $50 a year. But you get the perks if you're flying often enough. Saving those $8 every flight for 4 people you're going with, there's right there, you just saved enough money for your yearly membership. So that's why I will get a membership and I will use it's called Deal Den. So I'll be a Deal Den member, and all of my friends will book through me so that we can all get the discount, and it's always worth it. And then now I'm saying memberships, but not like credit cards. I personally don't have any airline credit cards. I wouldn't say they're the worst, I don't know, but just regular memberships, just a membership to get discounts. And that is it. Tip number 8. Oh, this is the last one. I would buy my tickets on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I don't know why this is like this. Don't ask me, because I'm not sure, but I know that every flight I buy is almost always cheaper on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I don't even look anymore on the weekends because I know that they're higher priced. So on Tuesdays and Wednesdays is when I buy all my flights. Sometimes you'll have a special deal because of a holiday that's on a weekend, but that's about it. Speaking of, holidays are always a good time to get flights because they normally airlines will have specials, like this weekend St. Patrick's Day, so they'll probably have a St. Patrick's Day special, or like right around spring break time, they will have flights like Getaway for like 25% off or things like that. Okay, I lied. We're gonna have 9 tips today. So I would say my very last tip is to try doing one-way tickets. One-way tickets there, one-way tickets back, and sometimes it's cheaper to do it that way. So like say I want a one-way ticket on Frontier and a one-way ticket on United. Yes, those websites like Trivago and stuff will give you options like that, but they're not the best options, I promise you. And you have more flexibility on like the timing and which flights you pick and what days you want to pick. So do that. One-way tickets on different websites, or even one-way tickets on different websites. Like I have found one-way tickets on Southwest. Yeah, one-way tickets on Southwest that are cheaper than getting a round trip ticket on Southwest. I'm not quite sure why, but it's true. Alrighty, well, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Catch me next time.